This could be the most important election for children in a generation, because it's also an election about the future. It's about the kind of society that we want to build in Ireland, kind of post-crisis, so to speak.
I would call on all politicians to ensure that in our laws, in our policies and in our funding decisions, we ensure the best interests of the child is vindicated.
Well, all children have the right to an adequate standard of living. It's set out in international law.
What we do know is that the conditions in the centres vary alarmingly. So you could have one where there is some reasonable space for children to play, for instance, but in the vast majority, there is no space for children to play.
There are some clear actions that need to happen within that. First of all, we need to be absolutely clear that emergency accommodation is unsuitable for long periods for children.
So we have in this state children who are cared for under all of the new and good legislation for protecting children, and then we have this 1,000 children who none of that applies to. Now, why do we have that?
More and more ISPCC are seeing young people presenting to our childhood support worker services at an increased risk of drug and alcohol misuse. ISPCC firmly believe that a national drug and rehabilitation framework needs to be implemented as soon as possible to help our young people and to support them and give them choices in life.
If candidates are elected to government and if they are playing a part, whether it's in the Dáil or as a minister in a future government, we'll be holding them to account. They will have made promises to children, and it's their job now to put those promises into action.
They need to immediately implement a 24-hour, properly resourced social services for children. They need to provide children with the resources that they can turn to, with professionals they have time to develop a relationship of trust. They need to develop services where when those children trust those professionals, they have adequate levels of training and supervision and are not compromised by excessive workloads.
So we don't have a national cyber safety strategy for children in Ireland today. We need that, and we're calling on a new government, whatever kind of government it is, to introduce a new strategy within 100 days. That's a promise to children that shows we are intent on keeping them safe.
Very often, if we really think about it and put the best interests of the child at the centre of our decision, it is a good decision for everyone, for children, for families and for the communities around them.
Well, candidates are there to make promises to get votes, and it's really important that they send out a strong message to the electorate that children are important to them. And that phrase, children are our future, is used too often. Children are the present, they're here today, they have needs today.
We can change this. It's not insurmountable. It simply requires a change in the way we approach things, to recognise we have to implement the will of the people.
ISPCC call on you
To make your promise
To invest in childhood.